It's a park that Three Rivers Park officials say will become a regional jewel. Construction has begun on the Mississippi Gateway Regional Park project that officials say will provide features that other regional parks don't have. The $55 million development broke ground this past week. Once complete, it will be the largest redevelopment in the history of the Three Rivers Park District. One of the significant features of the project is construction of a treetop walk overlooking the Mississippi River, providing new access to nature.
Which will let you see the mighty Mississippi from like a bird's eye view. And you'll be able to walk along it and then appreciate every different piece of it and how we all can appreciate nature and we can enjoy it and learn from it as well.
We create stewards of the future of the environment by getting people into it, celebrating it, seeing birds, seeing eagles, owls, coyotes, deer, everything that here. And that's how you create stewards.
Other features of the park will include a new visitor center, mini Mississippi play area, and expanded off-leash dog area. Grilling out in the backyard became even more popular during the pandemic. Now, a new addition to the Robbinsdale business scene is banking on the idea that Minnesotans will continue to embrace their love of the backyard barbecue.
I think the appeal of grilling is sort of primal.
Few things are as synonymous with Minnesota summers than grilling in your backyard.
This is NASA-inspired ceramic.
Just ask Brian Dawson.
We've cooked over fire for generations, centuries, and I think the taste is, you just can't get anywhere else. 14 spice, local.
Dawson happens to be an expert on this subject, and he's got a whole store now to prove it.
We really wanted to be a destination for grilling.
The business, formerly known as Robbinsdale Marine, was bought by the owners of the nearby Ace Hardware and transformed into the Birdtown backyard.
When the squirrels jump up on here, it slams the door shut.
The space contains a section for bird enthusiasts.
There's all sorts of options to choose from.
Or anyone looking to upgrade their outdoor patio.
We're just taking it to the next evolution.
But make no mistake.
So we're really proud of all the sauces and rubs that we've been able to curate and acquire.
Grilling is the focal point of this building.
Minnesota doesn't have a great intrinsic barbecue scene, much like Kansas City or Memphis or Texas. Our barbecue scene really happens in the backyard, and so it makes sense to try to do something like this now when people are spending more time in their backyard.
Industry experts say that the pandemic pushed grill sales and usage to record highs, with 70% of all U.S. households owning a grill or smoker. Dawson believes the desire to grill is here to stay.
I think people are working at home more. They want their backyard to feel like an extension of their home. And the grill often becomes the centerpiece of that experience.
In Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News. It may only be June, but a Plymouth nonprofit is already thinking ahead to the holiday season.
So the need is so huge and it takes a village. And so because we are anticipating doubling our numbers, we are going to need so much of everything.
Danielle Igbanago is the founder of Coded in Love, which hosts an event on December 11th at the Minneapolis Convention Center called 3,000 Acts of Kindness. It's where several thousand people in need can receive free clothing, hygiene items, haircuts, and access to social services. For an event that big, donation collection needs to begin now, and the Knowledge Computer Warehouse in Plymouth offered up its space.
We have the space. We certainly don't want that to go to waste. And we really feel like everybody needs to be a volunteer or contribute in some way, shape, or form.
For more information on how to donate or volunteer, go to ccxmedia.org. As the official start of summer draws near, garden season is in full bloom. Reporter Rusty Ray spoke to a Robbinsdale woman who has combined her love of growing with a growing social media influence.
Call it curiosity.
It's going to grow up and over this trellis, and it's almost like a super long skinny gourd, but it's a zucchini. It's super cool, and it's pest resistant. It's a really neat variety.
Emily Clemmy's Robbinsdale roost is a half acre, and about half of that is growing like crazy.
Honestly, why grow grass when you can grow food? You know, grass isn't doing anything for anyone, and food is, so it's kind of fun.
Fun.
We do a lot of salsas, a lot of sauces.
Flourishing.
So these beds are all basically different varieties of cucumbers and zucchini.
and functional.
If something doesn't work, there's a million other ways to go about it. And there's not really any clear-cut rules for gardening. Something that works here in Robbinsdale might not work in Crystal, and soil and sun and water, and it's all different. And every year it's different too.
As Clemmy Home and Garden on TikTok and Instagram, her profile soared this winter when she began planting indoors.
Our whole upstairs was full of greenhouses, full of seeds, full of plants.
This was such a pretty rainbow harvest.
Now she's got a global reach.
I'm talking to a couple people from Hawaii right now. They're having a problem with their zucchini over there.
It's definitely cut down on water.
And companies send her products to try out.
It's a happy accident. I'd still be doing the gardening part. And yeah, I don't know, I like it. It's wholesome. I try not to put anything too bad on there.
An earthy message.
What does it taste like?
What does it taste like?
With hundreds of pounds of food per week late summer, hers is a sustainable goal, perhaps.
You can grow your own food. It's not hard.
Rusty says that Emily likes to make an apple zucchini crisp that tastes like apples but is strictly zucchini. We saw a hazy shade of summer due to the Canadian wildfires this past week. It caused the worst air quality on record in the Twin Cities, but it did produce some stunning sunsets, as captured by photojournalist Dustin Scholl.